Hey everyone, today we are going to review a post that I found on Reddit. This is a theory about the Diamond and Pearl remakes, BDSP, as well as the Johto treatment. Are we gonna get a game? Is ILCA gonna remake HeartGold SoulSilver, or is Game Freak gonna give us a prequel? Before we get into it, if you haven't yet, please subscribe. Our goal for 2021 is 1,000 subscribers. This is gonna be a wild post. Let's get into it. So this person, Bob Sava, writes, I am more and more convinced they are gonna pull a Usum, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and reveal new forms for Dialga and Palkia once we get to see the box art. Wouldn't make sense to hide it if we weren't gonna get something new. And yeah, I totally agree with this. When BDSP was announced, I remember scouring the internet trying to find, I thought I had missed something. I thought I had missed the cover art. I was trying to find it, couldn't find it. Then I realized they haven't released it. That's why I couldn't find it. I definitely think there's going to be something new on the cover. I could also see them not giving them a new form, or maybe Dialga and Palkia have a new form in the game. Maybe they're, but it's not represented on the cover. It could be simply you see the Pokemon in its base form, but its eyes are red, or there's some sort of glow or shadow around it. Yeah, shadow of Giratina. There's going to be something about Palkia and Dialga in this game. My personal theory is that Pokemon has not released a game in so many years, without adding a new Pokemon. Bob Sava also writes, I was wondering, even if we didn't get a Johto game, it is obvious something is coming. It's been a lot since people noticed Johto was even more hinted than Sinnoh at a certain point. I don't know if that's true. I remember people being worried we wouldn't get Sinnoh remakes, and I think the announcement is in the trailer for BDSP. Maybe we can see it in TV. We can see in the TV the spot about that team trying to catch the red Gyarados. They'll surely put it in order to be loyal to the original games, and also pre-announced Johto content is coming. They probably waited for this chance and got people hyped for both regions. So my prediction is that Johto is coming back 100% in the next years, in two possible forms. So before we continue on to these two different options that Bob Sava suggests, I do not think that the red Gyarados inclusion is a hint at Johto. I mean, it was in the Generation 4 games. You boot up the game, you see the red Gyarados. I mean, that's great world building. Like when I open a new game and see something familiar that's not Generation 1, that gets me excited. It tells me that this game, Generation 4 Sinnoh, is happening at the same time as the Johto games. And I think that was a great thing that they introduced in Generation 4 when Diamond and Pearl came out, but I don't think the inclusion of this not cameo, but of this little Easter egg, I don't think that inclusion is now in 2021 also a hint that we're gonna go back to Sinnoh. I mean, go back to Johto. However, I do think we're gonna go back to Johto. I just don't think it's because of what Bob Sava is saying. So Bob Sava now has 2 points, has 2 different possible forms of how Johto could return. Let's get into the first one. Explorable area in Legends. Oh, wow. Oh, that's cool. All right, I didn't see that coming. Since Johto has it in the Sinjo Alpha Ruins, places that are extremely linked to Arceus. That's true. Yeah, Arceus has this mythical presence in Johto that isn't quite talked about, but through mystery events, you're able to access and explore Arceus a little bit further. I mean, there's also the ruin. Yeah, the ruin of Elf is pretty cool. The introduction of Unknown, I mean, that's a completely Generation 2 thing. In this occasion, they might even mention the Harmonia family, or AZ's machine, which will of course lead to new Legends chapters centered around Unova and Kalos. Bob writes, we're still missing important story parts from both of those regions, like Perfect Kyurem and AZ's story and the alien related stuff that was scrapped from X and Y. An old leak once talked about it before X and Y came out, and the infos were accurate. Let's not also forget the alien beings were made canon by Sun and Moon in the files the Pokemon Company posted like 2 to 3 years ago. This all can actually lead to an entire storyline to explore in a trilogy. So first I want to unpack that every single time we're given something, something new that breaks the formula, our first instinct, and this isn't a bad instinct because I kind of have the same thing, but our first instinct is to assume that, okay, this is the new path forward, and now that we have a Let's Go game, we're going to get Let's Go Johto, and we're going to get Let's Go Hoenn, and we're going to get Let's Go Sinnoh. But that's not true, and I think that's not going to happen. What we actually got was 2 new games that totally broke the formula even further. We got a non-Game Freak company producing a main series Pokemon game, and it's essentially a reboot or a port or a remaster. It's a remaster. BDSP is a remaster. And then we also got Legends, and I think it totally is human nature to assume, okay, now we're gonna get more Legends games. You know, the thing is, we don't even have Legends yet, right? And believe me when I say, I want a Unova Legends game. I absolutely want to see the original Dragon, right? The original pure Kyurem before I die. I remember it was like 2015. I was watching little baby Tyranitar Tube theorize about the original Dragon. That's crazy. It's crazy. We all want to see it, but let's not jump the gun. Legends Johto is incredible. I want to see it. I'm not going to get ahead of myself. So the next point that Bob writes is actually something that I've been thinking about on my own time. He writes, another Johto remake, okay? So we get a second Johto remake, which would be the 3rd Johto game. Might be made by ILCA just to remind the story of, remind people of the story of Gold and Silver, like remastered. Like a remastered version of Johto, and this will be before Legends Johto is released eventually. So Bob's suggesting that we would get pretty much the same thing that we're getting with Sinnoh, right? We're getting a remaster of the original and then a continuation, whether it's a prequel or a sequel. Bob suggests that this additional game could be in the Let's Go style, but that would be a wasted potential. Yeah, this was the first thing that I thought about. I mean, I made a video before about how I don't really like the idea of a master version of the Pokemon games. I think when you bundle too many games together, you almost deflate the value of each of the games. What's great about Pokemon titles is that, you know, they all have features that are unique to that generation, and I think they retain their value because of this. That's one of the reasons. And as an old head, as a Gen 2 guy, what I like is 2D Pokemon, and I really think, you know, I'm kind of excited. I don't love the art style, but what I do like is the top-down version of, the Sinnoh. It's not even a reimagining of the Sinnoh remaster. And what I would love to see next, and what I think is inevitable, is a HeartGold SoulSilver remaster made by ILCA. Yeah, it's gonna happen. I don't think it'll have the same charm unless they really polish out their current Sinnoh endeavor. I've got another theory that branches off of this. What I would love to see is a black and white 3 game, right? Give us the trifecta. Give us the summer blockbuster of the Generation 5 era, right? ILCA can make assets to remaster Generation 5 black and white. They can do it with Black and White 2. Maybe these games are released to us 6 months apart. I don't know what year, but at the end of the year, around Christmas time, when they normally release their final game, we get hit with Black and White 3. You know, the new player base has experienced Generation 5 the way I experienced it back in 2010, and now they can introduce a new story. I can introduce a new story, Black and White 3. I want to see what happens to get this, and maybe N is like the champion now. Maybe N is the player character, or maybe we are the children of N. I would love to play a green-haired NPC. And he's gonna have a Go-Goat, a Unovan Go-Goat. Give us the original Dragon. Give us like a corrupted Kyurem. I want to see what Colress is doing, right? Is he, maybe it takes place during Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Maybe it takes place after that. He's learned some things. There's some now Generation 7 Pokemon in Generation 5. And just as Black and White 2 was a massive upset, being the first true sequel Pokemon game, this could be even crazier, right? Black and White 3, second sequel. This is the same stuff that I'm excited about in Pokemon Legends Arceus. You know, the fact that we're getting a continuation of the story, right? We're getting to see what we love about Sinnoh from a new perspective. This is something that I want to see more in the Pokemon lore. Do you guys think Johto is going to be touched on at all in Legends Arceus? You know, I do think Johto is guaranteed to be touched upon. Johto is guaranteed to be referenced in BDSP, and that is going to be in Sunny Shore City with Jasmine, right? Jasmine, the Steel-type gym leader from Johto. She will be on the shore of that city. And if she's not, I told myself I won't cry. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and good luck hunting.